ストーリーをやっていきます。それではよろしくお願いします。
Does the color of the sky mean anything special to you? It does to me. A hell of a lot. When I close my eyes, the sky in my dreams is a deep, dark blue. Pilots have been in my family for 4 generations. Flying's in my DNA. Even so, my grandpa didn't want me joining the Air Force. He lost faith in the Ocean Air Defense the day my dad died in battle.
You know, Abby, I wish you could see what it's like up there. Cruising above the clouds, the dark blue of the stratosphere. Nothing beats being at the controls and seeing it from the cockpit. Look here.
Gramps tossed a magazine over to me with an article. Unmanned fighters are no longer a dream, it read. Pilots taking to the skies will soon be a distant memory.
I don't see anything good coming from that.
Know what? Lying smack dab in the middle of the desert west of here.
1名の方いらっしゃいませ。どうぞごゆっくりしてってください。
Some of them have been mothballed, but most of them are just rusted piles of junk waiting to be scrapped. Gramps was really good friends with the super.
ジェノバさんいらっしゃいませ。どうぞごゆっくりしてってください。
That's how we got the parts to build our own plane. Now, when I say we, I mean me, my grandpa, and his old war buddies. I cut my teeth working with those geezers. They taught me their skills and some dirty jokes. But with their aging eyeballs and whatnot, I ended up having to do most of the work myself. I was at the airstrip doing some flight training when I saw it. A prototype drone.
UAV だ。
It wasn't much of a plane, more of a
UAV オンライン。
wings.
お世話になってんだよな、別ゲーだと。
But technology's always changing. If you don't keep up with it, it'll leave your ass behind.
これ今の社会でも言えることだよな。社会っていうか今の技術の進歩にも。
I'd gone from being a little girl to, well, still a girl, just older. But now, I was all alone. Wherever the souls of my Gramps and his pals are flying, I hope it's peaceful. Then, finally, I was ready to break the sound barrier. All this plane could do was take off, accelerate, and fly up.
3名の方いらっしゃいませ。どうぞごゆっくりしてってください。
So, I flew up, straight up, through the clouds, higher into the sky. Dark blue. I could almost touch it. Then I saw OCS fighters.
おお。
They were tailing something.
UAV か。
They were going full out chasing that thing. Doing 30 Gs at least.
1号か。
I've never seen anything move that fast. It had a rose painted on it. The Erusian emblem. But that country's a whole continent away from here.
Crap. You should have been wearing a vest with me, piece of junk. Should have built a deterrent too.
ああ、鉛筆が。ああ、鉛筆が。ああ、ひどい。ああ、ひどい。虐待じゃないか。
here?
集まったよ。
Settle down. I said settle down.
無理。ああ、はい。
You have
静
all
か
been
にします。は
instrumental
い。
in helping to maintain peace in Yusia as members of the International Union Peacekeeping Force. Until today. Earlier, our radar site informed us that a group of unidentified aircraft was approaching. Communication systems went down immediately after.
ああ。
We are led to conclude that
ま
they
あ、
have
それで間
attacked
違いないだろうね。
Here's your mission.
はい。
It's possible that the Yusian ceasefire agreement has been broken for the first time in over a decade.
まあ、あくまでも
As
可
of
能性な
today,
んだ。
the Fort Gray's airbase squadron
Fort
of
Grace.
IUPF has been put on high alert.
はい。
All members who have been ordered to sortie, fly there immediately. Find the unidentified craft, then use your weapons to round them up and force them to land.
はーい。
If the hostiles counterattack, then you will...
What the hell was that?
はいや。もう仕掛けられてるやん。
Under attack. Numerous unidentified aircraft confirmed overhead.
あれ、穴開いてるところは、あれか、隕石のところか。おいおいおいおい。おいおいおいおい。早い早い早い。
Take off and eliminate
スピードが速い。
unidentified craft attacking the base. This is not a drill.
一気やん。さあ、何で行くべきかな。最初でしょ。何で行こうかな。14で行ってみるか。8A でパーツは組まれてるね。組まれてるけどちょっとひどくないこれ。どういうカスタムよ。なんでこんなカスタムで遊んでたん。こうして、高圧、フラップ、大規模。で、スキンを、ストライダーだっけスペア体でメガ体か。メガ体じゃない、メイジや。メイジ体で、よいしょ。あ、なんかダサくなってた。猫ちゃんダサくしちゃった。そっか、8A だとこんなダサくなるんか。6040。うわ、綺麗やなグラフィック。改めてこうやって見るとほんと綺麗。いやいやいやいやいやいやいやいや、こんなんだっけ。マルチばっかやってたからもうダメだ。こんな綺麗だったんだっていう感想しか出てこない。ターゲットインサイト。ターゲット確認ってそれでいいんだっけ。まあいいか。スカイキーパー。
Take down all unidentified bombers. They don't have many escorts. They hit our radars hard in the last attack. Expect the worst and stay sharp.
Wilco. Trigger, I'm your wingman. You're flying with me now. That's what it means to be in an element.
Enemy bomber confirmed down. Good job, Mage 2.
Not bad, Mage 2. Trigger, switch your radar. See if you can locate the enemy.
急上昇しまーす。よいしょ。あら、当たんなかった。残念。
Target confirmed down. Looking good, Mage 2. Mage 2, target's in range. Pair of bombers.
Trigger, stay calm. You got this. I know the kid's shown some promise, but let's remember, he's still barely gotten his feet wet.
サムネコなんか見づらいな。視点が高いな。いや、もともと高めに作られてんのか、この機体。ちょっと見づらい。フォック3、フォック3、3かな。Taken behind. Splash one.
Enemy bomber down. Nice going, Mage 2.
Not too shabby, Mage 2. You still got a long way to go, kid. I'll give you some pointers back at base if you can make it in one piece.
あれそっちだっけ
Mage 1 over. Tally 2 bandits.
Copy that. It's a bomber and an escort.
Oh, there, Trigger. Settle down. Mage 2, maintain your element with Mage 1. Do not break off. Mage 1, make sure he doesn't do anything stupid. Welcome. Golem 2, let's maintain element.
Copy that,
維持できてないんですが
Got your six covered, sir.
Radio.
Golem, Mage, 2 new enemy groups.
This is HQ. Attention all combat groups. Are there any drones? Verify. Drones? Are you kidding me right now? Jesus, this is the kind of shit that really chaps my
無人機
ass. UAVs? I can't tell them apart.
これ機銃届かないのか
Mage 2, locked.
あれヒットだけ
Enemy bomber hit, but still airborne. Finish it off. Watch out. The enemy has a lock on them. Mage 2, missile launch.
Don't let them destroy the harbor! Where the hell are our fighters? The harbor is under heavy fire!
Mage 2's bandit confirmed down.
They can burn with their whole payload. Hesitating for a split second could be the difference between life and death. Stay sharp, think fast.
Roger that.
Mage 2 Fox 3
Box 2.
ちょっと危なかったな今の
Oh yeah, bullseye.
あミスった
One remaining.
Mage 2, keep your focus. You got this.
To Golem and Mage. Job well done. All bombers are down. Our radar shows no sign of bandits. You're in the clear.
Good going, Mage 2. Flight Commander looks like he's got what it takes. Let's slow down. It's just one sortie. Don't try to be a hero. I want you to make it back in one piece, you hear?
Yeah, I gotta side with the boss man on this.
Golem Squadron, this is HQ. Did you confirm any drones? What's the deal with all the drones? Golem 1, return to base and report for debriefing.
I am Princess Rosa Cassette Delise from the Kingdom of Erusia. Citizens of Erusia.
We are currently assessing the damage to the base. we have confirmed that the aircraft carrier Albatross was sunk.
あら
We know the attacking bogies were from Erusia. International Union peacekeeping force bases all over the Yusian continent
とりあえず主人公はユージア軍所属なのね。 OK。
Many wars are lost by failing to recover from the opening blows. That means successfully retaliating was very important. You may have turned the tides of battle here. You have our thanks.
As of 1 p.m. today, the Kingdom of Erusia has declared war on the
Kingdom
Ocean
Erusia.
Federation. As soon as the news broke out, enemy aircraft began bombing Ocean territory, causing widespread destruction. The Air Defense Force has released a statement saying this violent attack was carried out by drones. They speculate the drones were secretly transported to Osea in shipping containers and launched remotely. The Secretary of the Navy has stated that the enemy was targeting naval ports across the country. According to the Secretary, all of the nation's aircraft carriers, including one still under construction, sustained severe damage in the attacks. We have yet to hear back from the department as to the fate of Ocean carriers currently at sea. Hold on. I've just received breaking news. The International Space Elevator, which is being built in southern Yusia, has been seized by the Erusian army. Reports say former President Harling was touring the site at the time, but his current whereabouts are unknown. Our sources in government tell us it was Harling's policies regarding the space elevator that caused economic frictions in the area, and which ultimately led to this war. Located near Erusia, on the continent of Yusia, the space elevator has been under construction for some time now. The Executive Office of the Ocean Federation has declared a national state of emergency. They have ordered all its armed forces, including Yusian peacekeepers, to mobilize and make the necessary preparations to launch an immediate counterattack. Ladies and gentlemen, our country is officially at war. Stay tuned for further updates.
Breaking news from ENN. Osea launched an attack on the capital today, striking Farbanti from their aircraft carrier, the Kestrel II. After a brutal battle, the Erusian Air Force successfully repelled them. During the air raid, the Ocean Air Force fired missiles at the city and managed to shoot down a number of Erusian fighters. Some of the disabled planes then crashed into residential areas.
The world was screwed. 20 years ago, the Earth got slammed by an asteroid. Yusia was on the wrong side of the planet and got hit. Hard.
もう死んだんじゃないのこいつ。
The Erusian Republic, the biggest country on the continent, plunging it into chaos. They were desperate and started a war, one they had no hope of winning. That's the war my dad fought and died in. The biggest nations from 2 continents went head to head.
ストーリーは簡単に言うと、ムベスコ国がストレス爆発して仲の悪い上七人国に宣戦布告してムベスコにしてやると頑張るストーリーです。大嘘。
なるほどね。要するにヌベスコが活躍するゲームなんですね。よくわかりました。やっぱりヌメスコは世界を救うんだなって。いや、救ってないか。常識国。常識人国。
When they started this new war, they managed to get the drop on everyone. The second the declaration hit the news, Erusian forces took control of the space elevator without spilling a single drop of blood. President Harling was touring the elevator when it happened and disappeared. Then, while that was going on, the Erusian ships that were docked all around Osea released a swarm of drone fighters they had hidden on board in containers.
あんなコンテナの中に UAV 入ってんの？すげえな。
With pinpoint accuracy, they managed to take out everything that was military, and not a single civilian was hurt in the process.
うわ。
Osea pissed lots of people off with their huge military presence around the world. Erusia didn't have the same reach, but they could hit their targets faster and cleaner.
どうでもいいけど UAV 操作してみたい。あの超軌道を遊べたらなかなかにぶっ壊れたと思う。あ、鉛筆くん。鉛筆最低だ。てか鉛筆のパイロット死んだやろ。なんで生きてんの？
I survived. I crashed in a bombed-out Ocean Air Force base, then got arrested for breaking wartime aviation laws or some crap. The world went from being at peace to being at war, all in the blink of an eye.
I
was tried, found guilty, and stuffed into a cargo ship. For company, I had some court-martialed soldiers. And remember those mothballed planes I told you about before? They were loaded on the ship too. We headed off down south for several days, and then swung east. That's how I got here. I was thousands of kilometers from Erusia, on the opposite side of the Yuzian continent. For a port, it was dull as hell. It had 3 rusty patrol boats, and the base? The fences were topped with razor wire, the tower had a searchlight and machine guns, and a truck with a gun turret was parked in front of the gate. Its gun was aimed at the yard. This was a prison. This place looked like a full-on base, but half the tanker trucks were just big balloons, and the runways weren't even paved, just painted on the dirt. The whole place was just one big fat lie. The only reason I was here is because they knew I'd restored a supersonic plane. They wanted me to make something out of the mothballed planes they brought, that they could park on the fake runway. Can you believe that shit? So, I tried to escape. They found out and set the dogs on me.
ワンちゃん使うほどかよ。うわ、こんなところには捕まりたくないな。で、フラグか、それ。まあいいや。さて、次のミッションは、なんもブリーフィング聞いてないんだけど。いつもの癖でスキップしてた。最悪。
Erusia has made a declaration to the Ocean Federation and all countries on the Yuzian continent stationing the IUN peacekeeping force.
エルジア、オーシャ、ユージア。この3つの大陸ね。
Right after the declaration was made, surprise attacks began around the continent that have inflicted major damage to our armed forces. Forces aligned with Erusia are currently appearing throughout Yusia. The combination of these forces has overwhelmed the majority of the continent. And now encroaching on us in the east. Additionally,
エスコン1も違う、エスコン1この状態からだ。エスコン1はこの状態から始まったんよ。
私は土内剤で一度行きましたけれど、ご飯が美味しくないのが残念でしたね。レビューで2にしておきました。アクセント、アンダーバー、アクセント。
やっぱり韓国だからまずいんすね。残念。星1にしてあげればよかったのに。なんかいい要素あったんですか ?2 ってことは。なんだろう、なんかいい要素あったのかな。だいたいこの手のレビューってまずかったらすぐに星1とかにするけども。要するに対地戦ってことでいいのね。
There is a high likelihood that the attack will draw more enemy air support. If that happens, fight them off swiftly and establish air superiority.
よし。じゃあ爆撃機使ってみるか、試しに。何使おう。なんかあったっけ。爆撃機は、バイパーゼロ。でも待って、お前もいいな。でもちょっと重いな、A 点くん。いいや、F2A、バイパーゼロ。で、ロケット、で、パーツを、どうしよう。こんなんいらない、こんなんいらない。ロケットだから。どうしようかな。爆発系のと、違う。増やせれないのね、量。じゃあ、これだけつければいいか。で、あとは、 赤外線抜いて水でクイーンズカスタムのどうしよっかな、高圧でいいか。でスキンをメガタイ、これでよし。だからメガタイじゃないって、明治体だって。メガマンになっちゃうよそれだと。チャージザエネミー。これがワイパーゼロ。いい機体じゃん。足動くんだ。ポンポンポンポンポンポンポンポンポン。動くんだ。知らなかった。ごもっとも。守ってねえやんそれ。ヘリだ。あら、外しちゃった。残念。あれ？生きとるし。生き割れ。よいしょ。ターゲットダウン。あら。ターゲットダウン。ターゲットではないか。何、生きてるのか。それでいけんのか。時間当てと変わらん。単語ダウン。これで外れるってどういうことよ。今更ターゲット追加って。ドンマイ、そういう時もあるさ。多分次はないと思うけど、まあ頑張って。 あれで生きてんのかよ。うわ、やっべ。待ってかー。外すのそれ。ちょっと CPU ちゃんとしてくれよ。ローンチアウェイ。おあ UAV オンライン5機か。あんなとこにネームドックいたんか。外した。Good game. One hit か。は本当にこれ難易度エースかよ。見えない。スプラッシュはクソ外すか。スプラッシュファンHey, destroy.
The skies are clear. Nice work, everyone. Mission complete. RTB.
No casualties. We couldn't have done any better. Returning to base.
I don't know. Maybe the bandits we took down caused civilian casualties.
No point arguing. That's how war is these days.
雑やな。
Someone gets killed. The guys in charge take care of the rest.
You've given us air superiority by destroying their radar. The first barrier keeping us from retaking the space elevator is gone.
ああ、そっか。ハーリング前大統領を救出するミッションなのかな、これは。なるほどね。 2-pronged strategy か。
The surprise attacks carried out after the declaration of war saw the peacekeeping forces of various countries, including Osea, suffer major damage. The ships moored around the space elevator and near Gandar Bay have been hit particularly hard. Numerous ships have been sunk and abandoned. Fortunately, our cutting-edge aircraft carrier, Kestrel 2, was at sea, so it was spared from the attack. Kestrel 2 is now preparing to launch another attack against Erusia's capital, Farbanti. The aircraft carrier Vulture also managed to escape Gandar Bay safely. However, it lost all its aircraft, so it's sailing empty. Today, the International Union Peacekeeping Force reclaims its bid to the space elevator. The Fort Gray's Island Air Base Squadron will rendezvous with the carrier Vulture for a joint mission.
Okay.
The first objective will be to seize air superiority in Schoppenberg in order to secure a route for the support squadrons. The enemy maintains air superiority over Schoppenberg, so expect heavy resistance from enemy aircraft. There's more, so listen carefully. Right from the start of the war, the enemy has been deploying drones. They're using a new advanced type of drone. The unmanned airborne aircraft carrier carries this new drone, MQ-101. The Ocean Army headed up the development of the massive arsenal birds and dispatched them to the space elevator to provide support. However, it's been reported that the carriers may have fallen into the hands of the Erusian forces. If that's true, it could be a significant obstacle for us.
まあそうだね。
We need to regain control of the space elevator ASAP.
はい。
Good luck out there.
さーてどの機体乗るかな。これ乗ろっかな。これカウントの乗るやつか。それはまずい。別機体にしよう。スホイ使ってみるか。スホイ M2 とか明治隊のスキー2とで、これでいいかな。4話がいいな。よいしょ。で、パーツはちょっと残念だな。推進剤で威力にしようか悩んだけど HP 違う4話のこれでいいか。早速給油か。なんだこれ。え？ああ、そこにあんのね。よし。エレメント崩壊までがあっという間。あら、じゃああくまでもサポートか。攻撃バンドコピーだって。コピーはあいつだっけ。メイズ2、フォックス3。 敵。明日ミサイルが来てるぞって。何？嘘、それ当たんの？誘導の感覚がマルチと違うな。嘘。スプラッシュがフォックス2。スプラッシュはフォックス2。
Shows no sign of bandits. You're in the clear.
I haven't even broken a sweat. Missile incoming. Evade.
Wait, what the hell?
Caution! Missile!
Caution! A large aircraft is approaching. All aircraft, stay alert.
Zeit. Arsenal part. What's that? あ、これがあれか。なんだっけ、QV101 か。Target inside.
They had that thing combat ready this whole time.
Enemy has a radar lock.
マクロスやん。
Just waiting for mission command.
あ、MQ101 か。スプラッシュワン。
All aircraft, no change in game plan.
キル。
Destroy the arsenal bird.
Golem Squadron, take out Big Baby Huey.
I can't get a read on these bandits. Dodging everything I throw at them.
Got you now. Firing.
Down.
Skeleton 1 lost. Skeleton 2, take over command.
元を立つしかねえ。
Find the situation.
Golem 2, missile, evade.
Evading!
This is Golem 3. Golem 2's hit. Status report. Shit, Golem 2, do you copy?
This is Golem 2. Instruments still appear to be functioning okay.
FOX 3。シット。
Skeleton 3's lost.
Where's that report? Continue to maintain air superiority.
HQ, what's happening?
Skykeeper, I repeat, maintain air superiority.
What's that? It looks like entering.
All aircraft, stay alert.
Breaking.
Oh. Shit.
Skeleton 2 lost. Skeleton squadron is down. Too many losses. All squadrons, command has ordered a complete
あれ、
withdrawal.
It looks like ってマルテとかね、あったよな。
Save your chatter for the debriefing. Golem and Mage Squadron,
Splash
give
bomb.
our allies some time to escape.
Buko, but Golem 2's hit. Gotta send her back. Let's get dirty, Trigger.
Shoot down those UAVs. Don't let them touch any friendlies.
Golem 2, head back to base.
Gargoyle 1, escort Golem 2.
Continuing the mission. Still got my wings. Trigger doesn't need to fill in for me. I'm back and I...
You won't make any difference up here. Get back to base and cool your head.
Copy that. Returning home.
あ、コピーだとか、了解って。
Mage Squadron, you're going toe-to-toe with the UAVs. Good work. Mage 2, UAV down.
That a boy, Mage 2. Just keep firing.
Target is down. Retreating aircraft. Leave the AO. Allies will hold off pursuit. Golem Squadron, Mage Squadron, hang in there and come back safe.
That's it, Trigger. They're machines. Don't show them any mercy.
スライド走行できるかな。
More UAVs spotted. Gargoyle Squadron, they might cut
あ
off
れ
your retreat.
三人称だよ、難しいな。
That's it, baby. Count that puppy. My status is fine.
This is Gargoyle 1. Leading Operation Airspace with Column 2.
Retreating aircrafts, prepare for combat. It's a bogey. Gargoyle 1, Golem 2, engage now. Attack.
One advantage. Distance 30.
Gargoyle 1. Caution! Missile!
Fast. It's like he...
Skykeeper.
ガーゴル1ロスト。
What the hell? Column 2, status report. Just talk to me.
What happened?
I'm against MSU-30. Large wingtips. I can't shake it off. It's matching me move for move.
Golem 2, stop dogfighting and run. The longer it takes, the worse our odds of getting out of here are. Machines don't get tired.
Don't ice up in there. H2, missile launch.
ガーゴイツ
Got one in my sights.
Column and Mage Squadron.
Get those UAVs off of France.
Copy that.
Let Column and Mage Squadron handle it. They'll pull through.
Get your asses out. Mage 2, UAV down. Keep it up, buddy.
Fortress aircraft. We'll let you take it easy next time.
I'm dead meat. I don't get it. Why isn't it opening fire? I'm scared.
Not good. Brody, break off.
I'm still stocked up. Bring them on. Does Mage Squadron still have their hot shots? Then we just might make it out. Don't look back. Just have faith. Column and Mage, we owe you a debt. We'll pay it.
Hell of a good job, Mage 2. We want as many guys out here as possible.
I'm grateful you're around.
Golem 2, what's your status? Status report.
He's a predator. We can't eat.
Column 2, get a hold of yourself. Column 2, get away from the enemy.
Please do. Support. Somebody. Support.
Shit!
Bandit is down.
Column 2, lost.
Shit. Skykeeper, where's the one that got brony?
Afraid he's long gone by now.
どこだよ。あ、くそ、離れたか。
Mage 2,
プラッシュワン。
All we can do is fly away as fast as we can. Main squadron, get those things off my ass.
Tied up now. Trigger, can you help?
コピーだって。
Going for the loader.
フォックス2。
Ammunition 0.
This is getting a little tight.
Main 2 is taking on multiple UAVs. He's got them at bay. We owe him one.
Running out of missiles.
Behind one.
Destroyed.
Got a lock on.
Not on my watch.
Mage 2, move to support. Other aircraft are in trouble.
フォックス2。
Target was not
ミ
struck.
ス。Destroyed.
All UAVs have been splashed.
I said what I had to say. About what?
Cargo squad.
Not a girl who'd retreat. Just not in her DNA. That was the right decision at the time. No, I should have never let a fledgling like her out of my reach to begin with.
Golem Squadron, Mage Squadron, withdraw.
Copy that. いや、強すぎるだろこいつ。何あのバリア。
Mage 2, we have you on radar. You are cleared for approach. Runway is clear. Mage 2, you are cleared for landing. 3,000 to runway. Mage 2, lower speed. 1,500 to runway. Mage 2, lower nose. You're too high. You're past the guidance limit. Make a visual landing. Perfect, Mage 2. I knew you'd be back. Stand by for further orders.
Thank you,
Be
Control
ready for
Tower.
your next sortie.
違うか。
Unfortunately.
Here he comes.
誰？
Mihai's looking worse. Thank God he has his granddaughters here to help him out. They're sisters, 15 and 10. Engaging the enemy in combat so we could use his physiological data to improve the drones had always taken a toll on Mihai's body. But today, he was really showing his age. The drones we based on his data were being taken down at a faster rate now, compared to when the war began. When Mihai found that out, he insisted on flying to the front lines to see it for himself. Sometimes he could be so stubborn. His age wasn't the only thing affecting his health. Over the years, flying at high altitudes for prolonged stretches of time had ravaged and poisoned his body. But he was a man of grit. Today, after 28 years, he saw combat again. If his flight suit still wasn't good enough to protect him, I can't imagine how many G's he hit today during the battle. As a pilot, he exceeds all our expectations. It's going to take a bit more tweaking before our drones can match his skill.
How penal is this penal unit, you ask? This place is a shithole. If you took the stink of all the corruption in the world, then corralled it all in one place, that would give you a pretty good idea of what the air smells like around here. We got all kinds of critters, too. Everything from flea-ridden guards, rabid dogs, and a mechanic doing a stretch for life. I can't forget the rats. Yeah, we got those. And some pilots who got their wings clipped, too. One's a great pilot, but a lousy thief. One's a gambler with no luck. And one's an anarchist with no balls. Their job here was to rev the engines on the fake runways. The idea was for Aruja's spy satellite to pick up the heat sig. Even though there weren't any real fighters here, it looked like it on their infrared. I bet you're wondering, if Aruja lost the war, how come they still have a spy satellite? Because someone over there was smart enough to train a bunch of computer nerds to hack into half of Osia's satellites. That's how come. Every now and again, I'd try to bust out. And every single time, those damn dogs would drag me right back. When I was in my cell, I'd hear this voice coming from the guards room. It was the Erusian princess rallying her people on the Erusian national broadcast. All us prisoners had become big fans of hers. You want to hear something funny? The guards were big fans too. I swear to God, every time she was on the air, they'd turn up the volume on the radio and sit there listening. I could see how someone like her could win the hearts and minds of soldiers and workers alike. When the princess said something, you could tell she meant every word. Lately, she'd been having more fun with her speeches, and that made her seem even more charming. You could say her charm was like a virus. Whenever she'd point out stuff that was wrong with Osia, the prisoners in here went nuts. Hell, if anyone knew how messed up Osia was, it was the prisoners. They'd shout, "Burn Osia down." No way am I just gonna sit here and rot away in this hellhole. Dark blue. Instead of building fake-ass planes to trick Aruja, I'm gonna build one that'll really take off. You can count on that.
As proved by the failure of our previous strategy, the Arsenal birds have bolstered the enemy's anti-air network.
1名の方いらっしゃいませ。どうぞごゆっくりしてってください。
However, we still need to get swiftly to the space elevator no matter what it takes. Someone there is counting on us. The hero of the Circum-Pacific War and the man who spearheaded the construction of the space elevator.
環太平洋戦争ってあれか、エスコン5か。
Mr. Harling was inspecting the elevator when the war broke out. He's been classified as missing since the elevator was taken over by the Erusian forces. However, according to the latest intel, a military officer accompanying Mr. Harling hid him inside the facility. Both are waiting for a chance to escape. Enemy anti-air radar network has been set up around the space elevator. It's likely a large squadron would be detected. We will send a single aircraft through the network and send in a rescue team soon after. A number of anti-air radars have been set up around the space elevator. However, our reconnaissance suggests their network is weakest along the southeastern coast of Selatapura. So we can elude the enemy's observation. There are a lot of rain clouds this time of year. Flying through the clouds will enable us to stay hidden from their radar. If you happen to be detected by their radar, we will be forced to abort the mission. The lone pilot will head up this strategy as you, Trigger. After you bust through, secure the rescue craft's landing zone by taking out the anti-air weapons. Gollum and others will arrive shortly for support. Provide escort for Mr. Harling's craft after rendezvous. Good luck out there, everyone.
なんかめんどくさいミッションを押し付けてきたな、まったく。で、何で行くべきなの？ちょっと YF で行ってみるか。 これでいいかな。
Aircraft preparations complete. Sortie ASAP.
Entering operation area. Imposing radio silence. We'll radio you, but you are not permitted to make contact.
あら、ダメなの。
If you're spotted, the mission is over. Stay out of enemy radar.
なんだこれ。あ、ちょっと休憩失礼します。はい、失礼しました。ただいま戻りました。
Okay, you're heading up the Harling rescue mission. The success of this mission depends on you.
このクソミッション。
Trigger, you're a third of the way to the rendezvous point. Good job, but stay focused. Trigger, you got two directions you can take up here. Just go with your gut. Don't worry, we're watching over you.
No problem. Situation normal. No change. RTB.
バレてないバレてない。よしよしよし。
Good progress, Trigger. You're currently halfway to your rendezvous point. Look, I'm not gonna lie. It's just gonna be you and your radar out there. Just know, you got a bunch of people pulling for you. And I'm one of them.
やばくない？あっぶね
You're 3/4 of the way. Been a long fight, but you're nearly home. Harling is still the president in my eyes. He entered a war, built a space elevator, and launched a spaceship from it. Despite his success, he remained a humble hero. I'll do my best to save him. Lend me a hand, Trigger. Rendezvous point dead ahead. Hang in there.
Are we under attack? No change.
Trigger, the first stage of the mission is clear. Don't celebrate yet. The real fight's about to get started.
It's probably just a bug.
Radio silence is now lifted. The auxiliary
Enemies
craft will be
in
arriving
the
shortly.
sky. Hello.
Destroy the anti-air around the space elevator.
Yeah.
We're securing Sea Goblin's landing zone.
In the sky はおか
Page
しい
2,
か。
target destroyed. Page 2, target down. Half of the anti-air guns down. Half of the SAM sites are down.
なんて言ったらいいの？敵が空の上だと、こんにちは、パーンって。なんて言ったらいいかわからなかった。
Trigger, sorry about the wait. Cavalry's here. Column squadron. Trigger jumped through the fire. Now it's our turn. Understood.
うわ、外した。最高。いって。
Squadron, stay focused. You all know your job.
All aircraft, eliminate the enemy before they can respond. All SAM sites down. Sea Goblin will arrive shortly. Eliminate hostile anti-air before that. All anti-air guns destroyed. The landing zone is secure. Sea Goblin, you are clear to land.
Roger. Rendezvous wing site. We're almost there.
Multiple bandits over Selatapura Harbor. They're container-launched UAVs.
Seeing up here. Going up to meet our two Vikings.
おお。うわ。親の顔より見た気がする。あれ人は？
Rescue craft on
こ
the
れエス
ground
コ
is
ンか。
defenseless.
COD と勘違いした。
Destroy all hostiles.
It's been a long journey, but you're on the home stretch.
Gargoyle will stand by near the space elevator.
Sea Goblin, heading over to the
ステル
express
スキー
location
なんで戦
now.
闘やらせんね。
Run for the container. Take it.
まあいいけど。
Page 2, box 2.
スプラッシュ1。
Page 2, enemy has a radar lock on you. Ambush! Fire from the far shore! They're targeting us! Get behind the chopper!
大丈夫 ?RPG 撃たれない ?BF みたいに。そういう爆発系のものに隠れてる敵は大体 RPG だって相場が決まってるから。
UAVs approaching the space elevator.
多
Stop
分。
them. Eliminate all enemy UAVs. Don't let up.
Nice shot, Page 2. Taking fire! We're pinned down! Shoot back!
That's about half. Mop up the rest.
Express identified! Behind the gantry crane! Mr. Harling, stay right there! Jacob's been hit!
Shit.
Incoming rocket!
Sea Goblin.
Hey.
All survivors,
Hey,
respond.
Sea Goblin.
Is Mr. Harling alive?
Oh yeah, all mine.
UAV confirmed down.
They got the chopper and Sierra too! That was so barbaric!
3 remaining.
Shit! Rocket!
No.
Damn.
This is Colonel Johnson. Do you copy? I am with President Harling. Rescue unit down, along with the soldier who had this radio.
Shit.
I'll get Mr. Harling out of here.
Sir, we feel the same way. We'll figure something out. 1 remaining.
Hang in there.
There's more.
あ、まだ。
Found an
よかっ
Norwegian
た。
transport craft. Its engines are on.
I heard you were in the Air Force, Colonel. Can you fly?
Better than Mr. Harling.
It'll do.
なるほど。
All squadrons be advised. The call sign is Mother Goose 1. I've sent the information via the data link.
Mother Goose 1? That's the best you can call it.
逆か。
President Harling's transport is ready to take off.
Copy
Mother
that.
Goose 1, take off. Let's wait till we're home safe. Mage Squadron, Mother Goose 1 is heading south. Provide support. 5 minutes remaining.
Skykeeper, bogeys on my radar. Bearing 220.
220. Copy that.
MQ-101, forerunner for Arsenal Bird.
Big
Ah.
bird is coming, huh?
Mage Squadron, Mother Goose 1 is heading south. Provide support. 5 minutes remaining.
200. 220.
Skykeeper, bogeys on my radar. Bearing 220.
Sighting confirmed as MQ-101, forerunner for Arsenal Bird.
The big bird is coming, huh?
Mage, protect Mother Goose 1. Shoot down any UAVs. Gollum, intercept the UAVs.
Golem 1 will kill. That last battle taught me a lot about those a-holes. Golem 2, don't stray off on me. Always maintain element. Wilco, forming up.
Splash 1.
Missile away.
Fox 2, Fox 2. Golem 4, missile, break hard.
Transport. Orders are to fire warnings.
Huh?
Yes, sir. These are all time. As no UAVs exposed.
Fox 3. Mother Goose 1, UAV on your tail. Take evasive action.
I hear you, but this isn't exactly a fight.
Understood. Arsenal Bird is on its way.
どういう起動してんの本当に。
For justice. Courses have already changed.
Rock acquired.
Cargo 1, where's the signal? Gargoyle Squadron, stand by for my order. Someone's on the lighthouse. I mean, the harbor. They won't be able to get home. That ship isn't one of ours.
Great job, Trigger.
Where's the signal? Gargoyle, change radio frequency.
Mother Goose 1 here. We're about to leave the airspace. Keep your fingers crossed.
Gargoyle, it's time. Attention, Gargoyle Squadron, babble.
Gargoyle 3 to Babel. Double Roger.
バブル。グッゲー。は？あっぶな。
Skykeeper, what the hell was that?
Gargoyle did their job.
Figured, but why weren't we informed? The IUN can't coordinate between branches as usual. Gargoyle Squadron, report.
One hit was scored. The rest were intercepted by UAV. The elevator's wind break took a scratch. Nothing more.
Roger, continue to maintain air superiority.
お仕事が雑すぎんだろ。 ブラック企業でももうちょっといいことするよ。
Colonel Johnson, respond. Mage Squadron, assess the situation.
This is Mage 1. I have Mother Goose 1 in my sight. Cabin's fine, but the cockpit's not looking so good.
Colonel Johnson, are you okay?
Don't worry about that. Just sit up this way.
何を言い出してんの？
Check Mr. Harling. Please.
死んだのか？
Mother Goose 1, respond. Mother Goose 1.
Skykeeper, should we continue providing cover with Mother Goose 1?
Of course.
ちょっとポイント稼がして。
Golem 4, bandit on your ass.
Mother Goose 1 is turning. What's going on? They're heading to the space elevator.
軌道エレベーター反対方向にないか。ハーリンがなんか言ってる。
Altitude, who's in control?
It's not the Colonel. Mr. Harling's the only one on board. Mother Goose 1, respond.
ハーリンが生きてる。
Please respond. We can't protect our objective if it sticks around here. Now's not the time to freak out, fellas. We've still got a job to do, so let's do it. Keep your mind focused.
Mr. Harling, we are not giving up on you. The UAVs are approaching Mother Goose 1.
Let's go, Trigger.
Take them down
待
now,
て、
Mage
何かがおかしい。
1 minute remaining.
間に合わねえよこれ。
Mother Goose 1, turn
なんだあれ。
180 degrees and exit combat airspace.
あれじゃ攻撃できんぞ。
Mr. Harling, are you piloting that plane?
Arsenal Bird Liberty, passing waypoint 2.
The UAVs are continuing their attack.
They're obsessed with that transport. UAVs launching from Arsenal Bird Liberty, headed toward the AO.
The former president still alive?
Mage, destroy those UAVs and keep Mother Goose 1 safe.
Please right.
Mage 2, clear out the bogies near Mother Goose 1.
Oh shit. Oh my god. 嫌な予感はしてたんだ。
Oh my god. Mother Goose 1 has been shot down.
Where'd the missile come from?
Mage 2 fired that.
It was Ocean. A friendly missile hit him.
Verifying the situation. Stop speculating.
Friendly fire. I saw it.
Mother Goose 1 exploded in air. No one could have survived.
Looks like it tried to protect the elevator. The Rusian bastards, they just killed a hero.
Mage 1. Was it Trigger? Trigger was the closest. UAVs were crawling all over our objective. I told you to keep a goddamn eye in the hatchling. It must have been a mistake.
Arsenal Bird is entering. All aircraft withdraw immediately.
Shit.
Trigger, you can't fly for a while. You understand?
The operation to rescue former President Harling has failed. Sadly, there is no hope he survived. Trigger, you are suspected of assassinating the former president. There will be an inquiry. There will most probably be a court-martial.
Wakeがわからない。まあこの辺りで今日は落とそうかな。それでは最後まで見てくださった方ありがとうございました。失礼いたします。